Hey, okay, so we are live. Quick answer to the question, what force cubes? Those are the Maying force cubes. Quick question to you guys, though. So I'm going to try to use two different microphones to see what works best, because there's a lot of fan noise going on with my computer to get all this to work. I'm using this microphone, which is the blue mic. Do you prefer this? Or I'm going to use my headphone mic and try that out, which sounds like this right here. So let me know in the chat right now what you prefer or what sounds better with the microphone. So I'm going to go back to the blue mic for a second and go to that. It sounds good normally, but with streaming, we'll see what happens. But awesome. Hey everyone, I'm just going to start doing some solves. I'll answer some questions as I go, but I'm trying to get a sub-10 solve with Roux. So there shouldn't be any echoing because there's no sound coming out of my computer. So if there's echoing, it might just be a weird sound. Headphone mic? Okay. One person said headphone mic. Okay, people say this one. I don't know what this one is. Okay, we're going to use headphone mic. I'm going to put this away. Just sort of unplug this. Let's bring it down. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the nicer mic. It just does some weird stuff. But I'm trying this this angle for this. I had a few people say they prefer top down. But anyways, one thing I can also do is, give me just 1 second to adjust this. And yes, there we go. Now you can see the cube a bit more if I go over here. And hopefully you can still see that scramble. If you want to do things along with, okay, hopefully, yeah, this is much better. I actually have a microphone coming in. Well, I'll just start scrambling. I have a microphone coming in that is supposed to auto take out noise, like, while it's recording. I did a Kickstarter. It's looking pretty good so far, so we'll see what happens with that. As far as cameras, so this is just a Logitech webcam right here. And this is, oddly enough, my MacBook webcam, which is usually pretty crummy, but it's okay because I'm really tiny right now. Okay, awesome. I'm going to do some solves. I'll look at the chat once in a while, so hopefully I see some people. If you do the super chat, I'll be able to know a little more. EOLR. Okay, real quick. EOLR for Roux is orienting edges and doing the L and right. Don't think of it as algs. You can, but it's mainly intuitive. And I would say half the time I do EOLR, half the time I don't. Okay, so I'm going to do an alg here, or not an alg. Yeah, you usually don't want to even do. You don't want to think of it as algs because since it is mainly intuitive, that way, some of the times you can just see it. But sometimes EOLR isn't actually better than doing what's straightforward. So I would say half the time I do EOLR, a quarter of the time it isn't better, and then a quarter of the time, it's just pretty neutral. I am from Earth. That is where I am from, Falcon. Okay. What algs do I use then? Again, it's not algs. So, you don't want to think of it as algs. It's kind of like saying, what F2l algs do you use? Don't think of it as F2l algs. When will the GAN 11M Pro come back out? It should be out right now. It's just very limited run because production's always hard to do that. What's on the plaster? Okay, let me do this real quick so I actually get some solves in, or else I'll just talk the whole time. And I actually want to get some solves in this time. So let's see here. Well, I'm a little bit lost, but I'm going to do my best. That was bad. Oh. My hand suddenly feels slow. Okay. As far as G-perms, Layla, the G-perms I actually like are the ones that are. Well, I have a loading thing on mine. Hopefully it didn't pause on you guys. I'm just going to pause on mine. For G-perms, I like to just do all the ones that have wide moves like this. And you can either do a rotate or do an F move there. And I do it with my left hand too. So I've just gotten comfortable doing right and left-handed elgs. I don't feel like there's actually any crazy extra regrips. Felix does the wide move elgs for 2 out of the 4 G perms, and he does a rotation in one of those. So I just feel comfortable with the left hand. I might relearn them. After Roux, I'm going to definitely relearn a lot of my elgs and just learn new ones for the fun of it. Maybe I'll go back to the ones I do. Falcon, what is my best time? I don't know. I literally don't keep track. I've had some, I know sub-8, maybe sub-7. I don't keep track. I purposefully don't. I forget them. I delete them. Ooh, this could be good. Yeah, this is a good start. Okay. Shoot. Oh god, what am I doing? Oh. Well, that good start did not go anywhere. That was rough. I do know full CMLL, and from the video I made on CMLL, I've actually learned different algorithms for a lot of the cases, because I know just what I learned wasn't the best one, so I immediately went and fixed that. Tengyun or the WRM. Both are great. Depends on what you want. I actually prefer the Tengyun version 1 over the version 2 just because of the weight. WRM is a fantastic puzzle. I am using the RS3 2020. So let's see here. Where is... There we go. Actually trying to turn a little bit slower. Not that slow, though. Not what I just did. Okay, so that was an example where EOLR is not ELGs. Yeah, I know the audio's bad. I don't really know what's going on with that. It might just be the fans of my computer are going a little bit crazy. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. If it's like really horrible, let me know. I can just sort of kind of start fresh and see what I can do to fix that. But yeah, if it's really, really bad, let me know. I can just try to redo everything. But I'm going to go through that last solve to kind of talk about EOLR for the person that was asking about it. If I do this all correctly. So let's see here. I did, let's see here. It was this. So I do this. I think so. No, I didn't do that. Okay. Don't really know what I did. Never mind. If you're averaging 30 and you know full PLL, first off, learn full OLL just for fun. Learn the G-perms. You know, you can be sub 10 without even knowing full OLL. But F2l is the big key. Yeah, why does it sound so bad? I don't know. Sorry about that. I'm using these headphones instead of the mic because the mic really wasn't working apparently. But the yeah, F2l F2l should be intuitive. Cross should be intuitive. So they're mainly all intuitive, and you should be finishing those, you know, 6-7 seconds. I mean, Felix does intuitive F2l mainly. So does Max, and they're setting world records. Okay, let me do a couple more. Yeah, sorry about the audio, guys. I'll try to figure out what's going on. I'm gonna have to adjust it later, so fortunately you'll have to deal with it for now. Shouldn't have done that. That was an excessive move. Oh, this is a bad solve. Where's the piece I'm looking for? This is going to be a super bad one. That was rough. M2 tutorial. My channel. I've got an M2 tutorial on my channel. So search that. There should be a whole playlist of blind videos, and that's in there. If you have questions after watching it, just post a comment there, and I can help you out with that. The cube I'm using right now is the RS3 2020. Oh, yeah, definitely you can use the mini YJ cubes as mains. I'll switch to that in just a second. Okay. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I'll use this one for a little. This is the mini. Anyone who asks what cube is better than another one, I never say one cube is usually ever better than another one. It's always personal preference. And so my reviews, I go through what each cube has as far as like feeling, tension, stuff like that. That way you can make the best decision for yourself. Oh, I was looking for the wrong piece the whole time. I was like, why can't I find this one piece? There we go. Yeah, YJ Mini Cube. I would Falcon. Pretty a lot of good questions. Thank you. About preferring slow cubes or fast cubes. Well, I would say if you have a cube that's too fast, you're going to have to work to control it, which is going to slow you down. So I almost tell people to use slower cubes to get faster times. Yeah, I might be using the YJ Mini one for a little while now. A couple sub-15s in a row. I've used the GAN 11 Pro for a lot of different things. It's a good puzzle. Depends on what feeling you prefer. There we go. Man, I really like CMLL algs. They just flow really well. Okay, I'm going to go back to the RS3 2020. You say there's no problem with fast cubes, but that you might be held back because of it. Like even Max Park slows his puzzles down. So possibly the fastest cuber in the world, or one of the fastest, slows their puzzles down on purpose. That's always a big thing to remember. Faster cubes does not mean faster solves. Man, I want a good start with this one. I can't find... Oh, that actually is fantastic right there. Okay. Almost it, but wouldn't have worked anyways. That would have been a DNF. Why am I moving on from Roux? So I have not answered that yet. Sort of. I probably answered in some video. Just to move on to something else. I mean, I'll probably still do Roux, but I don't see myself ever becoming a world record holder in speed. So why not just learn as much as possible? So I enjoy Roux. I enjoy doing it. And it is a lot of fun. I had an idea, and so you'll get a little hint on some other things, I guess. I had an idea to do, sorry, it's hard to think, CFCE, which I've done some solves with, and I'll do a quick solve after this to kind of show what I mean. So CFCE, I won't do a speed solve here. I've had some really good speed solves with it, but I'm not proficient with it enough. And I was going to do that, but I think I'm going to go on to, I think I'm going to actually just perfect my Cfop and kind of more like relearning it. So CFCE, CF, you still do cross and F2l. So for example, there's the cross. And then I do F2l. Wait, oop, did the cross wrong. There we go. Ugh. And then I do F2l, kind of how I would normally. And then you don't solve OLL like normal. You just solve corners. And so with this, we have a soon case, which this soon case, man, if I remember correctly, I think it's yeah, there we go. And then you just have edges. And for this edge case, like that. So it's a little bit like a Roux and Cfop mix. It's fun to do, but I feel like recognition of corners, so like a CLL, is going to be slower than doing OLL. And I don't feel like the algs are actually much faster. I mean, the only plus sign is you know that you can do MU moves for the edge part of it. So you can kind of like jump right into it, but I don't think it's really worth it in the end, and I'd rather just try something else. I don't know, unless something really clicks in the next month for Roux. But anyways. Let's see here. Red is nice. Okay. Ah, getting there. I'm getting there. How long does a cube usually last for you before you feel like... Okay, never. The idea that plastic wears out and the cube is suddenly no good anymore, that's not a thing that happens. You could have a cube with absolutely no lubrication do, you know, like 100,000 solves, and the plastic's not going to wear out to any point where it's going to be a detriment to your own solving. So I would never worry about that. If it ever starts feeling like it's slowing down anything, it probably just needs to be cleaned, and that the dust in there isn't really plastic shavings, because plastic's strong enough where it's not going to do that. It's mainly just dust from the air. Okay. I don't like either of these starts. That's not too bad right here. Oh, nope, that was bad. Okay. Yeah, CFCE is a lot of fun, but honestly, the couple times I've really done it is when I've accidentally, like I try to do a Cfop Solve because I had a good cross, and then I do a Roux alg instead of OLL, and so I just accidentally do it. This one I might do Cfop for, because I have this really nice start here. Nope. There we go. Okay, there's my one Cfop solve with the stream. LMCF. Oh, I can't remember what that was. I know I've looked it up. Can you briefly describe what LMCF is again? And just like a really quick, what the steps mean. That will probably re-click some things. CFCE is cross, F2l corners, then edges. Okay, this is a good start. Funny thing is, I got a like a 10 point something after just a couple weeks of doing Roux, and then it's just been around that since. It's my biggest cube. I mean, I've got a 17 by 17. What's that? Okay. Ooh, another good cross. Orange cross is fantastic. It's 2 moves. And there's a pair already made. Holy cow, okay. Ugh, got a little tripped up there. Okay. Stop doing Cfop, Sean, when you're trying to do Roux. Yeah, if people want to do solves with me, I'm putting the scrambles there. It's kind of blurred. I can make that less blurred if you'd like. But yeah, I know the audio's kind of eh. I'm using headphone mic instead of my nice mic because something was really weird with it. Maybe in the future I'll try instead of streaming from OBS, I'll like have it act as a webcam and just have them like separate. Maybe it's because the mic's going through the streaming software. Okay. Wait, no. There we go. Love when that happens. That was not efficient. Anyone else talking to themselves? They solve. I mean, I probably do. Even if I'm not doing a live stream, I do it. Um, hey, Cfop, you could the use. I don't know what you're saying there. Jaden, could you reword that? Okay, a bit more visible scrambles. Let me do that real quick. Let me get to about like that. I think I could do more. Let's make it about here. Okay, that should be good. That looks better. Okay. Oh no, does it really say live stream? Oh, jeez. There has to be one spelling error on every single thing that I do. That is ridiculous. Thank you for pointing it out. Every single thing I do, yeah, there's at least one spelling error. I would like to say it's on purpose. Ooh, okay, this could be good. Nope. Meh. Okay. The mini 5x5 might be a bit too small even for me. I like the mini 4x4, but that's even pushing it. Mail-along 5x5 is great. It's cheap. Matte finish is not great, but that comes off pretty soon. Okay. Probably should have adjusted that green edge while I was solving that other part. I swear, there's a sub-10 just around the corner. One thing that I found is almost everyone, their like PB is about 60% of what their average is. And so my average is around 15 or just below it at times. Right there, right there. This is the RS3 2020. And I'm using 5Timer to time myself right now. 5Timer, it's not a free app, but I feel totally worth it. Okay, I need to slow down my turning. I don't know what my Roux PB is. Just above 10 seconds. I've had a lot just above there. But I have no idea what my PB is. I am not using KO timer or Chow timer, however it's pronounced. I used to, but it glitches. I've had too many times where the timer fails to stop, and so I realized I'm just going to not use it anymore because I don't want to deal with that. Let's see here. Nope, come on. There we go, Sean. Okay, I'm not turning slower right now, like I said I was going to. I need to do that. Slowing down now. What's my favorite song? I don't know if I have a favorite song. I've been getting, so I recently watched Umbrella Academy, and there's a Spotify playlist of all the music there, and that whole playlist is just rocking. So check out the Umbrella Academy playlist. Okay, here we go. See, I turn slower and I get sub 15, so I just need to turn slower. Here we go. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do as much talking as I normally do during live streams, so I always try to make them as entertaining and you know, get as much communication as possible, but I'm going to do more solves than that. And I think I'm just going to go to Cfop because I cannot find a single thing to start with here. So, wow, that's bad. I was putting F2l pairs in the wrong slot. I had to take 2 pairs out and reinsert them. I mean, some people might like the RC better than the GAN 11, Xavier, but I actually like the GAN X more than the XS and the 11, just because I prefer that slightly heavier weight, and I prefer the older tensioning system. Okay, this is a pretty good start. A little more freeform block building coming up. What am I doing? There we go. I mean, Roux is a lot of fun. I feel like sometimes with Cfop, I feel very, like, just robotic and repetitive. There's a lot of repetitive stuff. So we shall see what happens moving forward with this. But yeah, I'm not planning on continuing it really much after the new year. Wait, something's missing. How did I do that? I will say my favorite thing is the CMLL algs. Okay, worst solve so far today. This is the RS3 2020. The Speed Cube Review Edition. More on that soon. I don't know if I was supposed to say anything. I think so. Some people know about it already. There was an Instagram post. Okay. Where are these other pieces? There we go. Okay, that's a good example of how EOLR is not algorithmic based, but more intuitive, kind of like how F2l is. Oh, yeah, so the soft pieces are not really wearing it at all. They still feel the exact same out of the box. So yeah, it's actually not as grippy. I almost have to like have my hands slightly oily, but it's still really fun to hold. So I don't know, is it better or worse? I don't know, but it's just definitely fun. Okay. Will I stream in Twitch? I was thinking about it. I actually thinking about doing it today. However, I don't have any following on Twitch, and so if I start streaming there, I don't know who would all be there. I don't see a purpose for it, really, too, because my 3D printed cube is magnetic. Wait, no. That was one I didn't try, too. In the future, I'm going to reprint them and magnetize that new one. But yeah, I don't really see a purpose of streaming on Twitch because I already can stream here. So if someone can give me a good reason, let me know. Yeah, I'd be interested in if there's a good, legitimate reason for me to stream on Twitch. I guess I could stream, I don't know. It's a very different community there, but if it'd be more the same people, I guess I could start a new thing. I'm sure my wife wouldn't be too happy if I just spent more time doing this. Coffee's gone. Okay, good orange start. That red there. Some good stuff going on here. Oh, that's the one I probably shouldn't do the way I'm doing. Yeah, timers that are not stack mat don't always work well with CS timer, or just don't always work well in general. I highly suggest people not use off-brand ones because they end up just struggling with it. Oh, that's not right. Oh no, what did I do? Okay, well this solve is completely useless. Don't do what I just did. So my most satisfying turning twisty puzzle? Oh, jeez. I don't know. I mean, there's certain puzzles like my. Do I even have it here? Maybe I put it back on the shelf. My custom GAN X that is just super smooth. But yeah, my block building on, especially my right block, is the worst. I've been trying to work on it for sure, but I always tend to go a little inefficient on my right block. My left one is fairly good at this point, at least in my opinion. think the one thing that I struggle with a little bit is finger tricks. What am I doing? There. And doing like the first block not in the... Man, another bad solve. Exact same time as before. I've used the GAN 11 Pro. Well, actually, yeah, that's more of a GAN XS. Here's a GAN 11 Pro. What would be the test? Because I think if you think of it as a test of what my times will be, they're going to be the exact same. Actually, I think they're often faster on this because I like that heavier feel. Let's see here. What are my 3 favorite puzzles of all time? A lot of it's nostalgic. So, like, for example, my hold on. It's hard to talk. Things like the Fangxi Sheng Ren, which is my older one, the Shengshu Aurora, things like that that are just ones that I remember. So yeah, the test, it doesn't matter what my times are on the GAN 11 because the like few times you'll see here don't actually show you what it's like. The times will be the exact same on the GAN 11 that you would get on a puzzle that costs less than $10. A more expensive puzzle, especially nowadays, does not equal faster times at all, and you can get the faster times even on cheaper puzzles. I actually don't see the 11 as even an upgrade from the X, depending on what kind of feel you're looking for. If you really want a super light puzzle, then that might be the perfect puzzle for you. That might be exactly what you want. There we go. Come on, let's get back to sub-15 solves over and over again, like I kind of was having. That Rubik's guy is using little magic good for aggressive turners. No cube is good for aggressive turners. I'll just sort of say that. Not a single cube will be good if you are an aggressive turner. And the reason I say that is because when people say aggressive turning, usually they just mean that they're not efficient or that they're inaccurate. And no cube is going to be good if you are not accurate. Every single cube is going to catch. So if you're saying that your turning is not accurate or aggressive, then you need to work on that. You don't need to find a cube that will change that. Have I tried the 356M? I have a whole video on the 356M, so check that video out. Yeah, I need to turn slower. Buckalito GAN 11 Pro. Okay, as far as your times, Chris, it does not matter what your times are, and no one cube is better for one skill level. So get whatever one that interests you the most. If you find one cube more interesting, get that one, because that will cause you to practice more. I mean, one could say that more world records have been what's what I'm looking for? More world records have been created on the Vault than on the GAN 11. You could do that. But yeah, whatever one that you're looking at more that you're like, oh, that one interests me. The Volk is cheaper. Both have magnet adjustment capabilities. Okay. The GTS3 setup. Okay. That's another thing that I've said in a couple of my videos. There is no one setup, especially for myself. I change my setup almost every, almost daily at times. And the reason I do that is because if one day I feel like it's too fast, I'm going to change it. One day I feel like it's too slow. Whoops. Nope. What am I doing? Talking. That's what I'm doing. So I'm always adjusting it, always adjusting the blue parts, the screws, and I said that once, and there was, I'm not going to name names, someone who probably everyone knows here was like, well, you want to have something that's consistent so you can get used to it and have better salt. And I find that that it feels more consistent when I actually change it up. If I don't change it up, then one day it might feel slower because it's been sitting for a little bit or because my hands are tired. One day it might feel faster because things have dried out. So all these different things can adjust it. So you constantly want to be adjusting tensions and lubrication to make it feel more consistent. Okay. Where is... Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. Probably could have turned slower on that one to get slightly better time. What lube is in this cube? So this is the one that I've custom set up, or that's going to be custom set up. And there'll be more information on that in the future. But there is a vortex on the springs to calm down some of that spring noise. There is some candy cane and some other things that I'm drawing a blank on right now because I'm trying to think about this stuff. What am I doing? There we go. Every so often when I do Roux, you have to think so much more with Roux than with Cfop. I feel mentally tired after a lot of solves. As far as lubrication combos, Alex, there's no one thing. It always depends on what cube you're using. It depends on what you don't like about the puzzle and what you're trying to change. So, for me, I feel like one thing I'll often check out is Lunar, because Lunar's a really light one that can be used for a lot of different things. Candy cane's always something I go to mainly because of the smell. And so if I don't have candy cane around, I'll go with Nebula, because Nebula is available all year round. My discount code is SCR. So if you go to a SpeedCube shop, use discount code SCR, and that helps support the channel as well. Okay, where is that green? There we go. Oh, that was a bad thing. I didn't try to set up that one piece. Okay, there we go. Do I still use Gorilla Snot? Where is it? I still have it here. Wow, I haven't used it. So I do use it once in a while. It's dried up a little bit. So if people don't know what Gorilla, blah, blah, blah. Why am I not talking about cubes? I've been talking about cubes this whole time. So what Gorilla Snot is, it says drumstick and guitar pick grip. It says bows, and I'm assuming it's talking about violin bows, which it's sort of a tacky, I'm going to call it like a resin. It's honestly a lot like rosin for an instrument. And it makes your fingers just kind of tacky. Now what's really nice about it is afterwards it literally just sort of rubs away. I'm thinking it's something like a lotion and kind of rubs into your skin. But it adds a nice tackiness. And I love using it on cubes. I've actually found that I do sometimes get better times. I don't know. I'm thinking what it is I just feel more confident holding the cube in execution. So definitely worth it to get some Gorilla Snot. They have one that's honey as well. So I think it's using like sap from like cedar or something like that. I do have some advanced block building tricks, but it depends on what certain ones are. It's hard to, you know, a lot of the second block algorithms are are a little bit tricky to look ahead. So if there's a specific link, Sporting Cube, let me know. Give me a specific link for that. But a lot of the advanced tricks I do try to use. It's just hard to, you know, look ahead that much. I haven't been doing Roux for very long, so I've been trying to really push a lot of this all at once. Um, it's actually the opposite of gravity grip. So I came out, or I made a video about Gorilla Snot right as Gravity Grip was coming out, and I didn't know about it. Cameron wrote me. He's like, we have like the exact same ideas. So, um, right as that happened, Gravity Grip is almost like a chalk that kind of dries out your hands. Um, that's not what I want to do. That's awful. Um, Gravity Grip kind of dries out your hands, so if your hands are oily, it takes that away. When Gorilla Snot almost just adds oils to your hand. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping when that new microphone comes, it's supposed to show up in December, that it cuts out background sound while you're recording. So hopefully that'll help with a lot of things. Jaya, hopefully I'm pronouncing that name correctly. What is my best time? I do not know. I literally delete my times and try to forget them. So I have no idea what my best times are. And I do that so that way I don't worry about them. And I don't focus on them at all. I don't know why your fingers hurt. They shouldn't ever with any puzzle you're using. So that honestly might be something you should go to the doctor for. Where is this one piece? Okay. I do often take more than 15 seconds to inspect because I'd rather look through possibilities and have more thought than really mess stuff up, although I'm still not doing great. What is going on here? I'm drawing blanks. And I haven't used the Gorilla Snot in a while, even though it was right on my desk. And immediately, everything feels a bit nicer. I'm going to put a little more on. Do I watch any anime? I don't really have much time to watch anything. However, I used to watch Animaniacs as a kid. Like, when it was out in the 90s, I would watch it. And that show was fantastic. And there's new episodes and on Hulu right now. And there was a little anime section, and it was beautiful. It was so good. My wife turned to me. She's like, "Are they doing it right?" I'm like, "They're doing it so right." Okay. Ooh, this is good. Come on. There we go. I might have too much Gorilla Snot in my hands right now. There we go. Yeah, Thomas. Yeah, finally doing a live stream, although I'm not happy with the sound. So I'm going with what will work best right now until I figure out the issue. I think the issue might be just because I have the audio going through my streaming program instead of through YouTube. That's like a separate device. But, ooh, thank you for posting in the Discord. I've thought about having my own Discord, but again, I don't know if I'll have any time to actually take care of it, and I don't want to have stuff if I just can't take care of it. Wait, whoa, 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 what did I just do? There we go. Ah. Okay, need to slow down again. Thank you. I appreciate that, Thomas. And actually, greetings from Facebook. I'll be back on Facebook, of course, all the time. Um, back in your day, I did use Cfop all the time. Although I did use Roux for a little bit some years back, and I've used ZZ. Okay. Red is looking real nice. I don't know if I can get orange any planned out yet, though. Okay, it's getting there. Yeah, too much Gorilla Snot now. Yeah. Casual creep, where are you? Yeah, F2l, don't think of it as algorithms. Here, I'm going to do, unless it's a really good Roux start, I'm going to do an F2l one and just talk about it's not algs. Oh, this is actually a pretty good Roux I could do. Yeah, I'm going to do Roux. Okay, yeah, too much Gorilla Snot. Let's get some of this off. Move the camera to where? In what way? Because I put it here because people tend to say they wanted it here. Oh, maybe I was too far back. That's what. I just started getting casual with it. So I don't think I need to move the camera. I just need to not move back. Okay, so I'll do Cfop for this one. There's some good stuff. Okay, I'll just do white cross, Cfop. And talking about F2l. So, for example, I did that purposely, that setup, so that corner was in place. And I could just insert this right into here for F2l plus 1, or X cross. But, okay, so there are some algorithms you could do. So, for example, to like solve these two, yeah, there are sometimes algorithms, but most of the time it's just pairing things up and inserting them. Pairing things up and inserting. And if you're not pairing it up, often you're just setting it up like this for a 3-move insert. But it's about, average maybe 4 or 5 moves to set up and then 3-move insert. And that's almost every single case. Okay. My body's covering the phone. Oh, the phone doesn't matter. It's right here. That's the phone right there. So it doesn't really matter that my body's covering the phone. Unless it's covering the camera. No, it's not covering the camera. So yeah, so you don't need to see the phone. It's the same thing as though it's right here. Like I said, I'm not going to talk as much as I usually do during live streams. I'm just going to do some solves. Oh, this is the same one. Okay, because I didn't time myself. Okay, let's do an actual Roux solve now. Actually, move my phone. Point more downwards. So there was a post on my Instagram, and I had a camera facing this way, and one that was straight down. And people said they preferred it overhead. However, they didn't want it straight down because they couldn't see the sides of the puzzle. So I had a lot of people say they wanted more over the shoulder. That way you could see sides of it. Because if it was straight down, you couldn't see what was going on here. So apparently I can't please everyone. perhaps Alex. Okay. Yeah, F2l should be completely intuitive, mainly. I mean, even on Felix Zemdeg's own PDF, he says, don't look at any algs, like, don't do anything on this alg sheet until you can do it all intuitive. And even after you can do it intuitive, you still don't really want to do, sorry, trying to focus on two things. You still just want to do mainly intuitive for almost every single thing. If you analyze Felix's solves and Max's solves, almost every time they do F2l, it's still intuitive. Algs can be a good way to see if you're doing something inefficient, but what happens, the big thing with algs, not only just not taking into consideration other spots, it doesn't take into consideration open slots, and utilizing those open slots to manipulate the pieces. It's often just this front right. Yeah, I don't know if someone said something about, oh, CEO of Cfop Shop. No, I worked there 2 years ago for customer service, but I didn't do that for very long because I did not have time, and I didn't feel like, I didn't want to, oh God, what am I doing? I didn't want to be working there unless I could spend a lot more time helping out, especially with customer service, so I ended up dropping that. It was fun for a little bit. I got to talk to a lot of people, but it definitely didn't have enough time for it. So yes, I don't work there. They do sponsor me, and they sponsor me. I turned down this sponsorship for a little while because I didn't want to be like burdened with just one company. I ended up staying with them and going with them because basically no one else wanted to work with me if I didn't go 100% with them. Cfop Shop didn't mind. They were like, you do you, Sean. And so I was like, well, since no one else is left, I guess I'll work with you. Your ears are ringing. Sorry about the audio. I'm trying my best with this right now, but kind of stuck with it for at the moment. So I think technically I've been Team Cfop Shop for a couple years now officially. Maybe 3 years? Oh, this is a pretty good... Oh man, this is kind of nice. Ooh, that was a slow Cfop solve. What is my Roux PB? I have no idea. I know it's just above 10 seconds. I have like a ton of solves just above 10 seconds. So I have no idea what my PB is though. Should have been paying attention to look ahead there, Sean. Oh no, I didn't buy anything for Black Friday. I mean, mainly stayed inside. Can you do a slow solve explaining the second block? Okay, I'll do that right here actually. So here this is kind of a nice solve though. There's a lot of things I could do with this. Do I want to... Okay, I want to try the solve first, and then we'll see what's going on. Where is that? Man, there's so many things to do here. Oh shoot, what did I do? Well, that's a messed up solve. So I guess I could talk about this one. Wow, that was bad. Okay. I'll do a random scramble. Do I use EOLR? Yep, most of the time. EOLR, remember, it's not... Yes, this is Nathan Wilson merch. It's not algs, so let me talk about a couple things real quick. First block, second block, EOLR, I'll talk about all that stuff. I'll make a video before the end of December, or that'll come out right at the beginning of 2021. So I'm going to make them pretty soon. I might even start just recording some stuff today. I already have some scripts written out. Okay, so as far as the first block, what I look for is anything that's paired up. So I'll probably do something on red for this, as long as I have some good other pieces, and I don't really. That's not too bad. And yeah, this I'm not liking this at all. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess I could do something like for that first square to make the square here. And then the second block. So I didn't plan anything out here, but one thing to remember is you have this bottom layer and you have the side to keep making this first block. Often, a lot of times I feel like people when they start try to just form it over here. Okay, while I'm doing this, I should be setting up the second block, or at least seeing where this edge is. Because a lot of times, even top solvers will just put down that R edge, RD edge, and then go from there. So this first one, I'll probably just do a sort of F2l kind of thing here, doing like that to pair it up, and then you can just insert it with a wide move. Now with that, these other ones are here again, whoop, kind of pair it up. And now while I insert this, doing a wide move to insert it that way. One thing just as a quick example, nope, not like that. I want to do, there we go. So like this case, I've got this corner here and that edge here. How do we get this working out? In an F2l, you'd often do a rotation, 4 move to set it up. But here you can do a wide move to pair it up on the back. And this one thing that we just finding out how to use wide moves correctly. And then you have CMLL. So right here it's really nice case. Okay, EOLR, what is that? So what that is doing edge orientation plus the left and right. Putting in the left and right edges either on the left and right or on the bottom. Now this one, I don't know if I'll actually be able to do it. No, well this one's going to be really difficult to actually make work. Yeah, because often here you can set it up with that to make this arrow case. So for this case, I'll probably just put one on bottom and then put the other one on bottom after that. But for a lot of it, let me just mix this up randomly. Well, if your PB, oh, Marcus, real quick, if your PB16, you're averaging 40 seconds, it's a fantastic PB. Usually it's just usually it's just F2l going slow. So, okay. So here's a good one, actually. And let's see here, what can I do? Actually, I don't really know how to make this one work as well. Let's see here. No. So the problem with sort of this is I have that one here, but then this one's still here. So again, it's not great, but you can still pair them up pretty easily afterwards. There are some algs that might be helpful to save a move or two, but for the most part intuitive, which I didn't obviously show there. So, okay. Anyways, back to the solve. I won't ramble as much. Don't do F2l algs. So DP cubing. Don't work on algs yet. You should be able to do it all intuitive. And even the top solvers do it intuitive. Don't worry about algs at all. That will often be slower. Okay. Oh, here's a good example about pairing, at least for the first block. For this, I can pair up this red and this green in 2 moves and put it here by doing R prime and pairing it up on bottom like that. So that's something, always remember you have these moves on the bottom to work with. Okay. So shoot, what am I doing? Here we go. Ah, that was not good. All of that was bad. All of that was really bad. No, the elves are not great for F2L. Even, I mean, like I said a little bit earlier in this stream, here, I'll do this next one and explain F2L. Even Felix on his alg sheet is like, don't use this when you're starting out. This is bad. So, okay. So let me just finish the cross. Okay. So we already have a pair made. Great. So we can just insert it. One thing with when people start with algs is sometimes they have trouble understanding how to insert this without putting it on the front right. Okay, so here's a perfect example. I've got this blue and red corner and edge, and I need to insert it on the left side here. Well, with algs, often people put them in the front right and try to figure it from there. But using these open slots, almost everything can be set up in about 4 to 5 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're set up here. And learning how to do that intuitive is huge. Again, here, this blue and this red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, insert. And then here, 1, 2, 3, insert. And then OLL and PLL. Here. Fluid. Let's see. Could I do different? Could I stream it differently? I'm going to try something. For those that can still see me, okay. Great, so it started working and then people were like, wait, no. Oh, geez. Okay, so we'll see. I'm just going to keep it like this. Yeah, don't worry about doing S moves for F2L. Okay, we're good. I'm going back to doing some solves. Yeah, I'm hoping to get a good Roux solve. Keep asking questions if you want. I'm going to try to just go back and forth with this sort of thing. So it won't be the most exciting stream. I apologize for that. But I do my own thing. Oh no, what did I do that for? That was, I literally, like, took out the pair that I just created. One of my favorite CMLL algs. Okay. I'm using the RS3 2020. What am I thought on meatballs? Well, I'm mostly vegetarian, so I don't know even last time I've had some. I say mostly because I'm not always the best with that. Although I try to be. Mostly. Um, did an extra move there. How do you do corner in slot and edge misoriented? Oh, for F2l, you're meaning that. Corner and slot, edge misoriented. So, Joe, I do with my left hand more often. This. Whoop. There we go. I don't mess it up. So with the left hand, L2, U2, F prime, L2, F, U2, and then L, U prime, L. So you can do it with your right hand as well, although I'm not as efficient with it. So you get this, let's see here, R2, U2, F, R2, F prime, U2, R prime, UR. Yeah, there we go. Like that. Oh, this is, whoop, wrong OLL. Okay. How was I in the Schnitzel League? How was I? I was asked. And I said, of course. Because it's fun. What is my record for F2l? I don't know. I mean, definitely it's been like 3-4 seconds, but I don't keep track of that. I don't ever time that. It's not a concern of mine. I was not efficient. Ooh, what am I doing? One of my favorite CML algorithms. Okay, let's get back to focusing on this. Okay. How do you upload a video? On YouTube, there's a little plus sign when you have an account, and you click Upload Video. Sometimes if you have a video editor, it will have an upload video thing for you, although sometimes that doesn't seem to work very well. So right now for me, it's just not working really well, so I just upload it on YouTube. You just click the little plus sign. Okay. Wait, what a second. Hold on. I definitely said what a second because I was very confused at what I was even doing. Yeah, I still sometimes just get confused at what I'm doing. Bend tube, it just not work. If it's not working, I don't know because that's all you have to do. Yep, Spinning Cube, working on it. Just has to slow it down. Haven't been doing Roux for very long. After Roux, so I was looking at doing CFCE, and I practiced that for a little bit to check it out, but I think I might sort of relearn Cfop with more contemporary algorithms. So a lot of algorithms I do are older, and even ones that just sort of Felix does, but there's a lot of crazy good algorithms that are sort of a newish style to it. Don't know if they're better or worse, but definitely some new stuff. Oop. CFCE. So let's see. I could do that here actually. So CFCE, I'll do a solve and I'll redo this one. C is cross and F is F2l. So cross, F2l just like normal. And then instead of doing OLL, which this is actually a really nice OLL, you just solve corners. So the edges might still be wrong. Wait, what am I doing? That was not right. Let me do that again. So you just solve the corners, like that. And then after that, you solve edges. Now, I don't know this algorithm. I used to. I think I learned it at some point, but like that. So not the most efficient thing for the last layer there, but yeah. Petra Solve. Okay, one Petra Solve. Hey, Pranav Pot. Oh my God, I can't pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. I don't want to pronounce it wrong. Okay, so I'll do the same thing as a Petra Solve. I'm not going to time it though, because I'm so out of practice with it. And with this, actually, this might be a good Petra Solve solely because we already have this in here, and we could finish a lot of it by doing something like and then, oh man, I didn't pay attention to what I was doing. Something like, there we go. And then I forgot about doing EO, so EO would be something along the lines of that, and then I don't, oh, COLL. Okay, there we go. Back to Roux. Back to Roux. Look ahead tips. So I have a whole video on look ahead. Just type in look ahead into the channel. It's like 5 tips on how to get better at looking ahead. There was one thing where I talked about what look ahead isn't. That came out maybe 2 months ago, and Jaden McNeil went to it and he was like, "I approve of this," or he said something along the lines. I'm like, that's the greatest compliment right there, because I know he can be very critical of certain things, so I appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, this could work out pretty well. Okay, I at least want to get some sub-15s again. What's my average? I have no idea. What cube am I using? This is the RS3 2020 Speed Cube Review Edition. Darkhaturian, tips for learning OLL. Oh my god, where am I in this scramble? I have no idea. Shoot, I don't want to do a wrong scramble. I'm going to fix this. So, tips for learning. What's going on here? Tips for learning OLL. The big things to note is a lot of the algorithms are the same thing, just inverted or mirrored. I'm a big fan of doing left-handed algs like that, although I did kind of lock up a little bit on that one. A lot of things start in home position. The idea that that left-handed is automatically going to be slower because of like regrips is just not true, because most of the time your hands are in that sort of home grip. So I like doing that. But even if you don't mirror things left and right, things will be mirrored front and back, which they often are for other people. So notice that, and notice if you do one algorithm forward, then backwards, it's almost the exact same. You can solve multiple algorithms with like knowing one thing. Yes, there's definitely candy cane in this puzzle. Okay, let's get some more Cfop in here. Where is? Here we go. This is what I was hoping to see. Going too slow though. There we go. Yeah, I'm definitely what I'm going to do after the new year, I'm going to relearn some algs and just try some right-handed ones. Just to kind of relearn them anyways. And if I find left-handed ones better later on, I'll do that. If I enjoy the right-handed ones, or I just do both. How did I learn Roux? Simbad. Apologize if I mispronounced anything. And this is a couple other just cubing here asks, what did I do to learn Roux? A lot of it's like talking to people who just know what they're doing. So, for example, oh man, I'm trying to focus on this thing. There's a lot of groups where people Like there's a Facebook group with different algorithms, places like that. A lot of just different YouTube videos. There wasn't one distinctive place. Ugh. But much of it's intuitive anyways, so that's a big thing. So with Keyhole's fantastic, DB keeping. You need to know at least how to use Keyhole. Don't do Keyhole for every F2l pair, but it's essential, really, to be efficient. So in Master Harry GP, what method? I'm using Roux right now just to get better at it, but I do Cfop, ZZ, Petrus, all that fun stuff. Okay, so Roux, let me just walk through a Roux solve real quick. There are some videos I've gotten tips, and there's algorithms you definitely should know. Kian Mansour, his algorithms are good. However, there's a lot that I found a little bit nice with some other alg sheets. I've not really practiced Roux with non-matching blocks. I found that a little bit too difficult. But yeah, second block's definitely not as efficient. I know that. So let me just do a quick walk through of a Roux solve. And so the first block, again, it's mainly intuitive, and you want to, I mean, that wasn't great right there. That was definitely not the lowest amount of moves. Sorry about the siren in the background. But it's using these lower blocks. So for example, I just made that block in just a few moves. And using wide moves. M slices can be good. Oh, jeez, I made that block, but yeah, it also messed up another block I already had. So don't do what I just did. What am I doing? There we go. Wow. Okay. CMLL is algorithms. I was doing a COL algorithm for this at first. That was that. But now I've gotten to doing that one, which I enjoy a lot more. Then EOLR. So a lot of EOLR is intuitive. So I got left and right on bottom. And then it's being able to look ahead enough where you can flow well in that last part. So, okay. Roux should have 0 rotations. There should be 0 rotations in Roux, which is also a lot of fun. That's kind of my favorite part with ZZ, that there's no rotations and it flows really well. And Roux, same sort of thing. Again, more sirens in the background. Ooh, this isn't too bad. Yeah, I'm okay with just averaging sub 15 with this. I was analyzing, so my second block is the thing I know I do need to work on most. However, when I start analyzing some top solvers solve, a lot of it is kind of what I do and taking a less intuitive approach just to focus more on the fluidity of it. Not to say that I shouldn't be more intuitive. That's definitely no good excuse. Where is this one piece? Wow, I'm struggling with this one. I might just do a Cfop solve. Maybe Cfop with, yeah, pseudocross. My favorite things to do. Whoop, there we go. Not great though. Why do they use F2l? Guessing, why does who use F2l? Semved, I don't know what you mean by that. Why don't major speed cubes use Roux? Yes, they do. So Kian Mansour got first place in round 1 of the Worlds in 2017. Sean Villanova, I think I pronounced that incorrectly, he got second place at the World Championship last year. I think fewer people use Roux because it's not as talked about. So when you get into it and you're like, what should I do? And you see 95% of people using Cfop, you'll go, well, I'll use Cfop. So it just perpetuates. Kind of like Hoya. fewer people use Hoya because it came out after Yao, and more people already use Yao. A lot of the top solvers, when I've asked them specifically, like Felix and Sebastian, about like, oh, have you even tried Hoya much? And they're like, nope, never really even tried it. So it's not like they tried both and they're like, well, Yao is definitely better. It's just they've never tried Hoya. So a lot of people like Felix hasn't really done much with Roux. Same sort of thing. But anyways, okay. Let's get another Roux solve in before I talk too much and get way off track. Okay, so like here, I'm trying to get a little bit better at doing wide moves. Yeah. Nope. Ugh. Well, that didn't really work out too well because I did something really wacky after that. Yeah. But trying to use wide moves for the first block. Why do major speed cubers use F2l? Well, it's part of Cfop. It's this balance of being okay. This is the big enlightened moment. Not really enlightened. There's a fine line between efficiency and fluidity. So, for example, Cfop is less efficient than Roux. However, the trade-off is the fluidity of it and being able to look ahead. Roux is more efficient, but more intuitive, and you have to do a little more thought as you're solving it. So it's that balance between it. Some things like Waterman or even Petrus are also efficient, but I think the fluidity is not as nice as Roux, where things like I can't think of something that I mean, layer by layer might have better look ahead because you only need to look at maybe like one piece at a time, but the move count's so high that it's hard to make that balance out. If you're trying to learn Roux, go slow, don't worry about your times. Focus on being efficient. Efficiency is key, trying to average under 40 moves per solve. Okay. So yeah, so that solve, let me kind of just walk through that if I can remember how to do that one. I could have turned faster, but I was trying to focus on being efficient. Okay, so let's see with this solve. Okay, so I first just solved this before I moved this, because I knew this, I didn't want to affect it, and I wanted to make sure that orange, white edge was in a more obtainable spot. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 moves for the first block. It's worse than what I would like to do. And then, again, I sort of paired this in more of an F2l way. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And then, what should I do here? 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29? Is that what I did? So far not great. 29. I want to try to be around 24-ish. And 30, 31, 33, 34, 35, 6, 7, 38, 39, 44, 42, 42, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like 57? So not great. I want to try to be under 50 on average, or at least low 50s is where I'm going for. 57 would be pretty good with Cfop, though. Wow, a lot of comments have come in. Thoughts on ZZ? So I have a whole video on ZZ. I really enjoy doing it. ZZ is what got me, at the time, third in North America for FMC. That was bonkers. I like it. I love the fluidity of it. The beginning's just really hard to get that going. ZZ does not have a lot of algs if you don't want it to. ZZ can have fewer algs than Cfop, but you could also have more. But also Cfop could also have more as well, depending on what you want to do. So, wait, oh, it's the same algorithm. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, let's see if I can make this a little bit better. So going like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. here's 9 moves for the first block, so there's 2 less. Although here I'm kind of stuck, I think. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. I need to look at how to be a little more efficient with that specific case. Yeah, because this is a pretty long CMLL. Oh my god, and I messed up. What am I doing? What is going on here? So much is going on here. And then I also need to fix this. That was so bad. Okay. FMC, PP is 42, unless I'm just bad FMC. No, I mean, FMC takes time. For me, it was like when I started, getting below 40 was my goal. And trying to get in the 30s felt impossible. It was just insane to constantly do that. Now my goal is to get below 30 all the time. I did like a handful of solves, and it was like I got a 23, and then a 29, then I think a 31, then a 30. But I'm really trying to work on domino reduction for fewest moves and get better at it, because that's the big thing. Everyone's doing domino reduction, and I want to get with them because a lot of people learned FMC from me, and I want to be able to continually up my own game to stay on top of things. And be able to maybe help people more with domino reduction, and especially half-turn reduction. Okay. Should be that efficient if you turned at normal speed. That depends on what normal speed is. Normal speed is whatever you make it. Today I was in a Zoom call with a bunch of other people, and Laser Monkey. I'm drawing a blank on his name. I've drawn a blank on his name so many times, and I'm a teacher, which is really bad. But he was even saying he turns slower on purpose, and he thinks it's helpful, depending on what the purpose of it is, what you're trying to accomplish. And so it's not that, I mean, even Max Park turns slower when he needs to. Oh, a lot of pausing there. So it's not that he's not turning at his normal speed, it's just going slower so we can look ahead. Oh, well, you can't really use Roux directly for FMC because of M slices. M slices in Roux would be 2 moves, and you can't write M, you'd have to write something else, like you'd have to write, oh, I'm drawing a blank. Let me finish scrambling this. I have to stop soon because my brain's going to mush. Wide R2, R2, or L2, R2 with a rotation. It doesn't have to have a lot of writing, and you could take as long as you want with it. For FMC, sorry, I'm talking to Dark and Turian. And so for an FMC comp that I did last year in Kentucky, that was 9 attempts. You had to make the top 75% to move on after 3, and then top 75% for that. And after 15 minutes or 30 minutes, some of us who could find solutions fairly fast at this point were just kind of put that, I'm good enough, I'm done with that. But thank you for asking what happened to my finger, Angry Kermit. Answer in just a second. But it's as long as you want. I enjoy if you like doing something like a Sudoku, I think you'd really love FMC because it's sort of that kind of puzzle. Okay, I started using a stroller when I played disc golf to wheel around my bag because my shoulder started hurting. And after 3 hours, 4 hours of playing disc golf, my hand was really soft because it was cold outside and it just, from being out in the snow and everything. And it was really soft, and I moved it and just dug into my hand. So it's actually fine. I can take the Band-Aid off, but it looks kind of gross. Okay. What should be your goal? Just cubing here? Whatever you want it to be. Make it 24. Okay. Back to this. I'm gonna try to get some more solves. I've done 70? Wow. I'm gonna try to get to 100 solves before I end the stream. And I know this is not the most exciting stream in the world. However, it might help me cube a bit more and solve a bit more. Okay. Needed not do a U prime when I get to that dot case. But I suggest everyone get into FMC. It's a lot of fun. It's not as scary as people think. There's a lot you can do, but it's not like a lot of algorithms. There's very few algorithms you would ever even need to do. I'm starting to learn some more for edges, but insertions. But honestly, most of the top solves in the world never use they never use algorithms, and the commutators are more intuitive. So it's learning how that sort of thing works. There we go. Okay, trying to get back to some sub 15 averages. Riley Carter, what are my cube settings? So I was talking about this earlier in the stream. Cube settings always change depending on how I'm feeling that day. I'd suggest people make their cube tighter, so like making it hard to even pop out an edge piece normally, just because often people feel like that looser means it's going to perform better, and that's not always the case, if not ever the case. So I usually suggest people at least try to have things looser. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So yes, that's a big thing. And then as far as lubrication, also with magnets, I often like tighter magnets, but with Roux, it's actually, they can be a bit too strong. When I meant tighter, I meant stronger. For as far as lubrication, that's also really personal preference. Cubes do not need lubrication to perform well. And so often it's just, a big thing is what you're trying to change with the puzzle. So are you trying to make it faster, slower, any of that kind of stuff? Okay, that wasn't going to be a sub-10 anyways. Do I do 3x3 blindfolded? I have multiple tutorials on 3x3 blindfolded. I haven't practiced in a long time, to be fair. But I uploaded a video of me doing multi-blind at a competition. I got 4 out of 6. One of them had like 2 corners twisted. One was just like a couple corners out of place. So close to a 6 out of 6. But 4 out of 6, I'll take that. Kraken Becky and Moinks. What's my PB? I do not know. I purposefully do not ever try to remember that. However, I do know that for Roux, I don't have a sub-10. Yeah, but for Cfop, I like that's, I don't know, sub-7 maybe somewhere. I don't remember. I purposefully delete them and try to forget them. Really have no idea what my averages are. I know that since doing Roux, my Cfop has gotten better. So that's one thing. Working on other methods and new things will not make things really worse for you. Oh, hey, Cougar Cubing. I don't know how long you've been here, so I've been missing some things. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm probably going to be doing, I need 25 more solves, so maybe 30 minutes or so. Okay. Well, we've got a pretty good blue thing here going on. Almost missed that last one. Have I ever done a Roux tutorial, Team Moldy? Oh, awesome, 10 minutes. Okay, so not too long. I have a Roux tutorial already. It's a little old. I think it's like 3 years old, so my equipment's gotten a lot better, and I'm definitely going to redo it. I'm going to make a few videos. A beginner tutorial for someone just starting out, even if someone doesn't really know Cfop. A more advanced tutorial, and then just little things on all of my CMLL algorithms, and maybe what EOLR is. I think those 4 videos are going to be kind of the big things I'll talk about. Okay, good start for green. Okay, this could be good. Need to slow down a little bit so I don't keep making those unnecessary U moves. Can I solve a square one? I used to. I don't remember the algorithms or anything anymore, so I don't really focus on that. Okay, orange could be good. Yeah, let's do some orange. Okay. See here, a 14, a 12, a 14, a 13, a 13. Back on track. Okay, blue, give me something. Oh, nope. Boo. Quanticanch? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. But you can, it says solve a cube in a minute and 30. Can solve a cube in a minute 30. Should I move to Cfop now? Immediately. So one thing that I feel is one of the most detrimental things in the cubing community as far as how to progress, people saying you shouldn't do this until you get this time. Like you shouldn't learn intuitive F2l until you do one thing, or full OLL until you're sub 20 or whatever. No, learn it all right away. If you are a 2-minute solver and know full OLO and PLO, great. So you don't need to learn those. You just keep on moving forward. Angry Carmel, just that in just a second. So yeah, so really the big thing, let me focus on the solve. Yeah, definitely start learning it now. There's no reason to delay your own education as far as learning new things. Because learning new, like, better OLL, PLL algorithms, F2l intuitive, stuff like that, isn't going, like, at a slower pace, isn't going to make things worse, as long as you know what you're doing and looking for. Okay, so what I talked about, what I was saying about with Kermit, I forgot what the first part of that was. He was asking about adjusting settings, audio settings, to connect a StackMat timer to CS timer. So as far as starting inspection, I was actually using a StackMat with CS timer yesterday or 2 days ago. Half the time it worked, and then suddenly it didn't, and I don't know what happened differently. So there might just be something glitchy with CS timer. Honestly, that might be a big thing with it. In Apple, you go to Preferences and Sound, and you can adjust it that way with the sliding bar. For Windows, I don't know exactly how to adjust it. Carl Lindgren, what should you learn after F2l, OLL, and PLL? Well, there's always more to learn with F2l. That's a lifelong thing. It's intuitive for mostly, so you always want to make sure you're being more efficient with that. After you learn OLL and PLL, learn different OLLs and PLLs. Maybe find things different to learn with that, and then learn maybe some winter variations, some COLL. Just have fun with it, whatever interests you. Okay, let me focus on this again. Some block building tips. So I'll have a video on that. Who said that? Kane Ortez. So as far as block building tips for Roux, I'll have a video on that to go in more detail. And one thing I'd say, because I've done a few walkthrough solves on the stream earlier, but one thing I'd say is, first off, avoid trying to think of it like F2l. So this might be a good example solve to do, but I'll just kind of do this solve first. And then use the bottom layer a lot. One thing everyone always forgets is that they can use the bottom layer and put pieces here to pair up and even to insert. So for example, if you're inserting this pair, let's say you've made that pair, it could be here and insert. And a lot of times people will like put it up top and then do something else, or yeah. So you can, there's a lot of options with the D layer you can do. When you're practicing, don't use 15-second inspection. That way you can look ahead as much as possible and practice finding those pieces. Where is... There we go. Wait, what am I doing? There we go. Got a little bit lost on that one. Whenever I say, what am I doing, I sometimes feel like I'm having an existential crisis. Rohan K, glad you're here. I would say, yeah, always cubing for yourself and having fun is important no matter what. Even if you want to get fast, if you're not having fun, if you're not enjoying yourself, you're not going to want to get faster. Like, so definitely always just focusing on having a good time. It's kind of like for violin or viola that I tell my students, you know, practice shouldn't be work. You know, you should be focused. It should feel like, you know, you're working, but it should be fun. Will I upload a tutorial on Cfop? I have so many tutorials on Cfop. I've got a whole playlist. So on my channel, look through the playlist. There's one that is specifically Cfop. And there's an intro to Cfop, so what you need to do to start getting fast with it. There's a beginner F2l and an advanced F2l. There's also beginner cross and advanced cross, and then also there's a playlist on 2 LOL. I have videos on all OLLs, but 2 is kind of the big thing to go to. Yeah, anyone can donate to me. I'm learning to appreciate it, although not really ask it out too much. Okay. So how can I do this the best way, this orange one? Nope. Ugh. Did the wrong thing. Whoops, DNF. Okay. Do I recommend buying the GAN 11 or the GAN SM? I prefer the GAN X. This is GAN X, although I added the soft tiles to it because I was experimenting with it. But I definitely prefer the GAN X over the SM or the XS or the 11. Okay, so I'm definitely going to be doing more of these live streams going forward. I might go to Twitch, although no one has really given me a good reason to go to Twitch, honestly. So, I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't go to Twitch, but it's just... I might just stay here, although I'm definitely going to figure out what happened with my microphone and why everything is all glitchy and sounding weird. Nope. Oh, come on, CMLL, do your thing. If you talk to yourself while you solve, let me know. Why did I start cubing, and should you learn ZBLL? Well, thank you, Dimitri. Well, first off, I started cubing because I saw the Google Doodle and was like, I'm finally going to figure that out. And then a little while later, I found out there's a whole community behind it, and then it just kept snowballing. Sure, learn ZBLL. I'd say start with COLL first. Definitely do that. If you've learned COLL, then do like T cases and U cases for ZBLL. Okay. Focus on this. Nothing really great right now. Actually, might just do a Cfop Solve here. Come on. There we go. Cfop Solve. Back to Roux. Yeah, I do Cfop maybe once every 50 solves or 30 solves or so. Cougar cubing. I appreciate it. I kind of, whenever I do live streams, I feel like I do it haphazardly. So sometimes, like, I'm just doing this now. Maybe when I actually have something planned out, I'd appreciate that. Okay, so I have a vote against Twitch. So I didn't see any other ones yet, but I'm sure people have been saying things. Man, some CML algorithms are so much fun. I mean, some of them are just nice because it's just sexy move, F-sexy move. Some of them are like this wide move kind of thing. And that's always fun. That's one thing that when I kind of move away from Roux if I do. I'm going to miss doing all those CML algorithms. That's a EOLR case I need to recognize more easily. Don't do Twitch. I'm for YouTube. Okay. What is okay? Fastest parity alpha 4x4. Let me go through that real quick because I've got like only 11 solves left before I end the stream. The Olo one is one that I do that not many other people do. That's this. Wait. Hold on. Oh, man. There we go. So what I like about it is there's only one regrip. Oh, no. I messed it up. I've gotten this a couple times when I mess up 4x4, and I never really know what to do to fix this. Like, I don't know what I do to get this sort of thing, but there we go. Okay, so first off, this algorithm, I have it listed on my website too, but there's only one regrip, and that's it. I showed Felix Zemdegs. He loved it, except he said, he said slick, but he said he didn't like that last move here. As far as PLL, the one I usually use is, although you could do small R move, like that. So it's, but I'm actually switching to this, I think, because you can almost stay where you are. Oh, jeez. What did I do there? Forget it. I don't know what I did. Anyways, I'm losing my thought process. Okay. Let's do this. Let's finish this live stream up and then call it a day. I'll definitely do more and get a better microphone working and all of that. So thank you for sticking with me, even though my microphone is pretty poopy right now. Okay. Oh, so like this again. Good first block because I can just do R prime and then an F, and that's going to insert that. But I want to make sure I'm influencing. Okay. Okay. 10 more. Yeah, I appreciate everyone sticking with me. I'll have to figure out the microphone thing, but other than that. Layla, what are you asking? I've been missing it. Could you please ask it again? And it's S-H-A-W-N, although I'm not ever offended when people spell it wrong because there's multiple spellings of Sean. Okay. Oh, Jordan, I want to see it end. Yeah, Layla, ask it again. I didn't see what it was. Not seeing it yet. Not liking the scramble so far. Maybe I can get something good out of it. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, I'm hoping to get a sub-10 before the new year, just because that's when I'm kind of stepping away from it. Yeah, it's a long live stream. Thank you for sticking with me. Okay, I've got 7 solves left in this stream. Not the greatest, but I'll take that. How do you get Facecam on live stream and get your phone screen? Okay, so I'm using a program called OBS. It's a completely free program, although a little hard to use if you've never used something like that before. It took me a little bit to just decipher it. So, hold on. Trying to talk in queue. So I have my phone webcam here, and you can see it where it cuts off. And I have a green screen behind me, which is how I can cut that out. OBS does that. Then this other camera is a Logitech camera that I have on a microphone stand. And then my iPhone with a Mac, it treats it like it's a camera, so it just shows whatever's on the phone screen. Okay, a couple other things. Let's see here. Do I ever watch Two Step Violin? I used to, although I stopped when they went very... they obviously went from making their own videos to other people setting them up for them, where they just go and record, and it just didn't feel... It didn't feel authentic. It felt like they were more concerned about building their YouTube channel than making content they enjoyed. That's sort of my thing. I would rather... I'm not too concerned about how big my channel grows. I just always want to make content that I would personally sit down and watch. So yeah, I'm not going to talk about anyone else in the community with that sort of thing, but yeah. Okay, let's see here. Man, not liking any of this. I might just do a Cfop Solve again. I think I will. Cfop Solve. Okay. This mouse, actually, I forgot it was on the screen. This is some cheap thing that was actually just sent to me. I have no idea what it is. It works fairly well. Much better than the keyboard that was sent to me did. I don't use the keyboard. And I usually don't use it. I usually just like my trackpad, but when my computer's farther away, I'll use the mouse. Oh my god, locking up so much right now. Gotta turn just a little bit slower. Only a few solves left. Volk 2M and RS4M. Don't like either of them, if I'm gonna be honest. Volk 2M isn't bad. I like that larger size, but that's why I use the GAN 351. Same size, a little bit larger, or you 3D print extensions, and so this is a 54mm 2x2, which I still need a sticker. RS4M, it's the same thing as the GTS1, which was not great until the GTS2 came out. So, yeah. Okay. Let's keep on going with this. 3 solves left before I call it a day. That wasn't bad. Do I like Scan 11M Pro? It's not bad. I like to use it when I'm like very tired of just waking up. I'm going to do a Cfop Solve here, because the pieces are set up very nicely. Yeah, because my hands are tired. You don't need a lot of force to move the pieces. Oh no, that was a decent one. It's my fault for doing Cfop. But it's not nearly even close to our favorite GAN puzzle. I feel like a lot of GAN puzzles are just very small tweaks, but it's a business model, so they know what they're doing. Okay, this is the final solve. Got some ideas, actually. This is not bad. So, just did an average of 100. What was my average of 100? Sub 16. Okay. I think that's going to be it. Let me check a couple things real quick in the chat to make sure I didn't miss anything. I appreciate everyone coming out for this. I'll definitely going to be doing more, the better microphone and all that. I know I've said that. Start Cfop, finish Roux. So, well, I'll be finishing it at the end of the year, so I still have a full year. As Justice Cubing, you might like the Maylong more than the YJ1. The YJ1 is quite a small size, so if you find it's too small, you know, I personally like that smaller size. I don't know what I did here, so I have no idea how I did this sort of thing. I personally do like that smaller size. It's something that I like. For 5x5, it's a bit too small. And 4x4, I mean, I have large hands, and I find this to be a fine size to use. So, but it's up to you. It's depending on what you use. But some people might consider the Maylong as the best 4x4 on the market. It's kind of good what you want, well, what kind of feeling you prefer. Toasty, am I going to do a Q&A? This is kind of it. This is the Q&A. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I tried doing Cfop, ended up doing a bunch of M and new moves. I think that's about it. So let's see here. Good luck on learning PLL. MBC Elite. Any cube you prefer is good. I think that's about it. I'm gonna just wrap this up. Yeah, I think that's it. So thank you very much again, everyone watching. I'm going to do more of these throughout the next month. I might maybe do the same time every Sunday. I usually play disc golf on Sunday, but my shoulder's a little bit messed up, so I might just let my shoulder rest and do this on each Sunday. But we'll figure that out. I'll maybe do something on it every week, just let people come in and do this whole thing and have fun. Maybe I'll get a moderator in here as well. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. I have some videos coming out that I've made, not as much as I made at the end of November, but I'm hoping to get a big slew of them before the end of the year, especially my Roux tutorials. Thank you again. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.